What if I told you that the urge to gamble is not about money? It's not about winning. It's not even about risk. It's about something much deeper. Stay with me until the end of this video, because in the final minutes, I'm going to explain the real psychological mechanism behind the gambling epidemic. And once you understand it, you'll start seeing it everywhere. If you value content that exposes hidden psychological systems behind money and behavior, take a second to like this video and subscribe, and watch until the end. The final insight might change how you see your own impulses. We are living through a silent gambling explosion. Sports betting apps, online casinos, crypto leverage, loot boxes in video games, day trading disguised as investing. Gambling no longer looks like a casino. It looks like normal life. And here's the strange part. Most people who gamble don't actually believe they'll become rich from it. They know the odds are against them. They know the house wins. They've lost before. So why do they keep playing? Because gambling is not about the outcome. It's about the feeling. Let's break it down. When you place a bet, something powerful happens in your brain. It's not the win that triggers the strongest reaction. It's the uncertainty. Your brain releases dopamine not when you win, but when there is a possibility of winning. That moment between placing the bet and seeing the result, that's the drug. It's anticipation. It's tension. It's hope. And in a world where most people feel bored, stuck, or emotionally flat, gambling creates intensity. You feel alive. You feel possibility. You feel like something could change. That's addictive. Now think about modern life. Many people work jobs that feel repetitive. They scroll social media. They consume content. Everything is predictable. Gambling interrupts predictability. It injects randomness into routine. And randomness is stimulating. But there's a darker layer. Gambling gives you the illusion of control. You choose the team. You pick the numbers. You time the trade. You press the button. Even though the system is mathematically designed against you, you feel involved. You feel responsible. You feel like your intelligence matters. And that illusion is powerful, especially for people who feel powerless in other areas of life. If you don't feel control over your career or your finances or your status, placing a bet gives you a temporary sense of agency, even if it's false. And here's where the epidemic begins. Because gambling today is frictionless. It's in your pocket. One tap, one swipe, instant deposit, instant bet. The system has removed every barrier. In the past, you had to physically go to a casino. Now, the casino lives in your phone. And the design is intentional. Bright colors, near-miss animations, almost one, limited time offers, free credits, all engineered to keep you inside the cycle. And the cycle works like this. You bet. You lose. You feel tension. You bet again to relieve it. Occasionally you win. The win resets hope. The brain says, see, it works. But statistically, over time, the system extracts money. Not because you're stupid, because you're human. There's something called intermittent reinforcement. It's the most powerful conditioning system known in psychology. If you get rewarded every time, it becomes predictable. But if you get rewarded randomly, the behavior becomes compulsive. Slot machines use it. Sports betting uses it. Even social media uses it. And here's something uncomfortable. Gambling doesn't just take money, it reshapes identity. You start thinking in probabilities, in next time, in almost. Losses feel temporary. Wins feel like proof. And slowly, your relationship with money changes. Money stops being stability. It becomes fuel. Fuel for the next chance, the next possibility, the next hit of uncertainty. And this is why the gambling epidemic is growing. Because uncertainty is emotionally addictive. And modern life feels emotionally empty for many people. Gambling offers intensity. But intensity is not progress. It's stimulation. There's a difference. Now here's the deeper question. Why do you want to play? Not why do people? Why do you? Is it boredom? Is it the dream of fast escape? Is it the fantasy of skipping the slow path? Because here's the truth most people don't want to hear. Gambling sells acceleration, but wealth is built through delay. Gambling sells excitement, but stability is built through repetition. Gambling feels like movement, but it often keeps you in place. And now, the important part I promised. The real reason the gambling epidemic is spreading isn't because people are greedy. It's because people are impatient with slow progress. We live in a culture that glorifies overnight success, viral moments, massive returns, 10x gains. But real financial power is boring. It's consistent. It's disciplined. It's slow. And for many people, slow feels unbearable. So they trade slow certainty for fast uncertainty. They trade structure for hope. They trade stability for stimulation. And that trade is expensive, not just financially, psychologically. Because once your brain adapts to high-intensity reward cycles, normal life feels dull. Work feels slower. Saving feels meaningless. Investing feels boring. And that's the real cost. Not the lost debt, but the rewired expectation. So if you're watching this and you feel the urge to play, pause. Ask yourself, are you chasing money or are you chasing intensity? Because if it's intensity, there are safer ways to feel alive. Build something. Learn something. Compete physically. Create. Take control-set risks that compound, not random risks that extract. The system wants you impulsive. It profits from urgency. It profits from hope without structure. But discipline is invisible power. And if you've stayed until this moment, here's the final insight. The opposite of gambling is not avoiding risk. It's choosing calculated risk with long-term control. It's understanding that freedom doesn't come from one big win. It comes from protecting your margin over time. Gambling promises a shortcut, but shortcuts often loop back to where you started. Slow progress feels frustrating, but it builds something gambling never can: leverage. And leverage compounds. If this video made you think differently about your impulses, like the video and subscribe. Because the real battle isn't against casinos. It's against unconscious behavior. And once you see the system, you stop feeding it.